Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about what you need to know. So go ahead and take a moment to meditate with these cards and just allow your intuition to guide you to whatever card or cards you find yourself most drawn towards. And I will also leave the timestamps for each group of the reading in the description as well. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards, to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose. So the card that we have for you is the Chariot. And this is actually very interesting. The Chariot, this is um, really all about being in the driver's seat of your own life. And in the black and the white horse, they symbolize the masculine and feminine energies, or the yin and the yang, the polarity and duality of existence. And this is really all about driving your life forward and harmonizing those energies in a healthy and constructive kind of way. So, and this can also be about moving your life forwards after maybe something a bit more painful or traumatic has occurred in the recent or not so recent past. So, this can be interpreted in many different ways, but the main concept and main energetic archetype of this card is really all about moving your life forward and taking charge and taking action in your life, but in a way that also honors um, the the softer and more feminine aspects as well, because this card is also associated with the astrological sign of Cancer. So this can be a bit more of a soft and nurturing energy as well. So, but I would interpret this card to mostly really mean that this may be a time for you to really focus on really taking action, taking initiative in a way that harmonizes these opposing aspects within your life on a large and a very small scale, however that manifests for you, however that's relevant, however that resonates. But um, this can also indicate some kind of travel is about to take place. Maybe you're going on some kind of vacation or road trip, or this could also involve some kind of air travel as well. But something is definitely moving forward with momentum, and but something is also this also requires a type of presence and dedication on your part as well to move this energy forward in a way that is harmonious, healthy, and productive. And that also kind of helps you manifest any kind of vision or dream that you have to carry this energy forward as well. So obviously take this as it resonates for your specific kind of situation in life. And um, yeah, so let's go ahead and continue your reading by getting a few more tarot cards from our Light Seers Tarot. And we're just going to get you a few more cards here to get a little bit more information about these energies. So just give me a second to shuffle these for you, and we will just get a little bit more information about the energies and what you may need to hear right now, what you may need to know. So I'm just going to give these cards a really good shuffle, and we will see what wants to come out. And we never want to rush this process, as I always allow my intuition to guide me to um, all of the cards that I choose from this deck. Okay, so I have a few more cards for you here, Group 1, and the first one that we have is the Hierophant. And I'll get to this in just a moment, but let's take a look at the other card that we have. And we also have Strength. And this is quite interesting as we have quite a lot of major arcana energy. With the Hierophant, we also have the astrological association of the sign of Taurus. And with this Strength card here, we also have the energy of Leo as well. So this may have some kind of special significance for you. You may have astrological natal placements in these signs, but whether you do or not, just take this as it resonates with you. It may just be something to keep in consideration. But this card here, the Hierophant, this really has a lot to do with sacred knowledge and intergenerational wisdom. And this also can be, this has a lot to do with conforming to specific social structures. It has a lot to do with, I guess, what you could consider like religious societies, and this could even involve certain occult traditions as well, things that are passed on from the masters down to the students. This has a lot to do with education and things. Basically, what I'm trying to say is things are kind of the knowledge and the wisdom and the practice is passed on from a teacher to a student, and this can present and manifest itself in many different forms across our societal structures, whether that be in a religious or occult type context, or it could even be in the educational realms, or even within business as well. There's a certain hierarchy. That's the word I'm looking for. There is a hierarchy of knowledge that is passed through different levels, and there has to, and the wisdom and the knowledge, it has to be something that is earned and something that is acquired through hard work, basically. And there has to be that hard work and that dedication that takes place in order to acquire that knowledge. And this Hierophant card, this often could be taking on the role of a student or taking on the role of a teacher, and that could manifest differently depending on whatever your situation is. But this could ask you to follow the calling to maybe dive a little bit more deeply into a certain course of study, or maybe go back to school if that is something that you feel drawn towards or called to, if you have the resources to do so. So, and like I said, it could also be interpreted as maybe teaching someone some kind of sacred knowledge as well. So something that you have a lot of knowledge and experience with. This could be passing on that information to someone else who is interested in that same similar topic or area of interest. So obviously, this is some very powerful energy, though, as we have a lot of these major arcana cards present within this reading. So this is definitely very interesting. But I feel like and maybe you are both simultaneously the student and the teacher, the beginner and the master, and that's personally how I feel that I exist within many areas of my own life, simultaneously the teacher and the student. And I feel that you're really carrying that energy forward and learning how to harmonize that. Maybe, as I was talking about, harmonizing those different aspects of the yin and the yang, of the masculine and the feminine, that could also kind of be being at the beginning and the end of a journey simultaneously, and really taking that that wisdom that has been acquired from that journey forward in a way that helped maybe bring someone else a little bit more insight, and using your experiences, wisdom, and knowledge to help someone else, maybe so they don't have to go through, maybe so they don't have to go through the type of pain that you had to. And using your knowledge and your expertise to help others is one of the most amazing gifts that you can give yourself and give the world, and really do the work of spirit in many ways as well. And we also have the card of strength here, and what this really tells me is that perhaps you really have been through quite an ordeal through your journey, and I feel that things definitely have not been easy, as this has required quite literally a great deal of strength. And the strength card is very often associated with courage, and that um, and really attuning to that inner love and that inner compassion within yourself um, to also have that kindness when it may be difficult to express that and embody that in certain situations. It's also having that strength to maybe not lash out when you feel tempted to, or when you feel triggered in certain situations. But it's also the strength to be fierce when that energy is required as well, and um, when when certain situations require you to maybe move things forward, maybe for you to move away from something as well. As there's a lot of movement and there's definitely a lot of traveling energy involved here with this chariot. I feel that it's taken quite a great deal of strength for you to maybe move away from something, and it's also really helped you acquire such a great deal of knowledge and wisdom from whatever the experience may have been. And it could have been quite painful. Maybe it's still something that you're currently moving through and navigating. But obviously, I think this is something that you should take as it resonates with you. But I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting you another card from our Moonology Oracle. So we're just going to go ahead and get you another message here about what you need to know, and just take a look at what card wants to come out for you. So just give me a moment to give these a good shuffle, and we will see what card we have for you. Okay, so I have another card, and the card that we have is the New Moon in Aries. Go for it. And this is really interesting as well. And you may also have astrological natal placements in the sign of Aries, just something to take into consideration. But new moons, these are times of really literally and metaphorically planting new seeds. And it's a time of setting new intentions, and also a time of kind of sitting in the emptiness, sitting in the darkness, and creating that womb space for a new life and a new energy to take hold and to manifest and prosper. And the sign of Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, this is all about an initiation, all about a fresh start, and about taking that new, inspired, bold, confident, fresh action. And what the card says, to go for it. This is really literally what the energy. This is really literally a embodiment and an example of that energy, to go for, to really take life by the reins, and to really sit in the driver's seat, and to remember that you are the divine alchemist of your life, and you can really create just about anything that you want to experience in this lifetime. And you truly are a lot more powerful than you really even know. All of us are. And I think sometimes we just have to remind ourselves to tap back into that energy, and to really attune to it, because oftentimes I think we get distracted um, by all the things that we have to attend to in our day-to-day lives. And sometimes we forget that we sometimes I feel like we forget how truly connected we are to our power, and um, that we are the magicians, that we are the alchemists of our existence. And obviously there is that greater divine connection as well. But we are co-creators within this life and within this universe, and we are very powerful. And I think it's important to never forget that, and to go for your dreams, and to remember, and to not let any stories that you tell yourself or that anyone else tells you prevent you from tapping into that power and tapping into that sacred inner truth within yourself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude your reading by getting a final card for you from our Cosmic Dancer Oracle. So I'm going to just go ahead and get you a final card from this deck, and we will see what else you need to hear, what else you need to know, and what else wants to be known. So give me a moment to give these a shuffle, and we'll get you a card here. So it looks like a card is wanting to come out, and the one that we have is practice daily. This is very interesting, and I think it's also really beautiful how when placed next to the strength card, I just really feel and see that radiant Leo energy, that Leonine energy, and it's definitely very much a solar influenced energy as well. So as we've passed the point of as we've passed the midway point of the season of spring, we're now kind of getting closer and closer to the summer solstice, and that solar energy is really building and coming to its climatic point at the solstice. And this is also really a time to shine your light, and to embody the energy of confidence, um, and really just radiate love and warmth and vitality. Kind of reminds me of the Sun card as well. But the card asks you to practice daily, and I think whatever that may be, I think it could be very much connected to some course of study that you are embarking on. And I feel that maybe some of you could be potentially literally going to college, or going to you're going on some kind of journey that involves travel, and it involves study, and it also involves a great deal of courage and determination as well, and a, a true connection to your inner power and your inner strength, and um, to also embody bold confidence as well, because this is something that I feel that it does require that persistence, it does require that dedication, and um, I think it may be important for you to maybe focus a little bit more on tapping into some grounding energies to give yourself that solid foundation and structure, to where you have the energy and the motivation to show up and practice your craft on a daily basis, whatever that may be for you. And practicing daily doesn't always have to mean going to the fullest extent and showing up with the same energy and enthusiasm 100% all day, every day. And that definitely can be a very solar manifestation. But that's not always necessarily realistic or possible for everyone in every situation. So I think just maybe taking some baby steps to at least do something, at least do one little thing every day to work towards those goals. Over time, those can really accumulate to have very massive and substantial impacts. So definitely something to really take into consideration. But I think having that dedication, having that persistence to show up, even when it's not easy, even when maybe you're a little bit tired, or not really feeling at your best energetically, I think it could be important to sometimes maybe push past those barriers a little bit. And maybe when you do so, you'll be surprised at how you feel when you get to the other side of that resistance. So maybe just some things to take into consideration. Just take this as it resonates with you. But I'm going to go ahead and conclude your reading here, Group 1. And it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So we'll go ahead and reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that as well by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose here. If I can get it. Okay, so the card that we have is the Knight of Swords, and this is rather interesting. This is definitely some very strong, empowered, masculine energy. And the Knight of Swords, it's definitely a strong, very strong, courageous card. This is it's definitely often associated with standing up for your beliefs and also fighting for the what you are intellectually passionate about. It's definitely very much connected to the mind and to the intellect as well. And I kind of see this as maybe involving some kind of intellectual battle as well, being skilled in a different kind of fighting. And maybe fighting isn't necessarily the right kind of word, but I feel like this card of the Knight of Swords often asks you to step into your power and to also use your mind in a way that is strong and very sharp-witted as well. This card often requires you to stay on top of your game and to use your smarts and to use your intelligence to solve any kind of situation when the time calls for it, basically. So this card is really all about taking action and using your knowledge, using your intelligence to handle any kind of situation when the time calls for it, basically. So and it's very much connected with the element of air as well. So this could also involve some kind of air travel, or some kind of or maybe it could involve some kind of study of aviation as well. It's, as the swords cards can often involve education or learning, like I said, anything to do with the mind. But as I am feeling this card as of right now, I feel that it requires, I feel like this energy is kind of asking you and requiring you to really take on more of a leadership role and to step into your power intellectually and to use your intelligence, in a positive kind of way, and in a way that helps empower and uplift others as well. But I feel that with this Knight of Swords, this is really asking you to stay sharp and to just stay on it, to also be very aware and alert around this time as well. So maybe just avoid any kinds of unnecessary distractions with this Knight of Swords energy. Just stay focused and keep your eye on the target, basically. It's a very sharp, focused, masculine kind of energy, and it also requires precision. It requires precision, dedication, focus and tenacity, and a type of presence as well, type of awareness. So definitely stay focused, stay sharp, and stay frosty. And I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting you a couple more cards from our Light Seers Tarot. So let's just go ahead and get you a few more cards here, and we'll see what else you need to hear, what else you need to know. So just give me a moment to give this a good shuffle. Can't rush this process now. Okay, so I got you a few more cards, and the first one that we have is the King of Cups. Interesting. I'll discuss that in just a second, just a moment. Okay, and then the next card that we have is the Fool. This is rather interesting. So with this King of Cups, this is really all about having emotional mastery and allowing yourself to really stay calm and centered throughout the storm, and to really ride the waves of life, knowing and trusting that you have everything that it takes to handle it. And maybe as you are learning how to maybe stay a bit more sharp and aware in certain situations, it's also you are also learning how to kind of relax and surrender and trust at the same time simultaneously, learning how to balance these energies in a very harmonious and effective kind of way, learning how to alchemize the energies constructively. And I think that you are becoming more successful at doing so. And this King of Cups energy, it's definitely it definitely is a strong masculine leadership, presence of leadership. And I kind of see this as being kind of having that more of a soft fatherly kind of presence as well, having kind of a comforting essence. It definitely does have a bit of a contrast in nature to the Swords energy a bit. But like I said, this is really all about finding that balance, and finding that balance between staying sharp and staying aware, being very, very in your mind, and um, very, very much in the nervous system. In this cups energies, it's really all about trusting the intuition, and trusting the ebbs and the flows of life. So I think you're really learning how to balance and harmonize this in a very nice kind of way. But definitely focus on integrating and working with these energies on a regular basis, and coming back to awareness, and learning how to maybe tap into them when the specific situations call for these different kinds of energies. And we also have the card here with the Fool. And this card is often associated with the energies of Uranus and Aquarian archetypes. But this card of the Fool, this is really all about a new initiation, a new beginning, and a new adventure. Really kind of also being the beginner with a new course of study, or maybe beginning a new job, or just being new at something, and taking a risk, taking a step outside of a boundary, or outside of a comfort zone. And like I was saying, it could involve a new kind of adventure, and that new adventure, it does require you to also be alert and aware, and to stay a little bit more on guard as well, and to stay sharp, to use your intelligence to to navigate any kind of obstacles that present themselves, because there is definitely, while there is adventure, there's mystery and excitement, there is also danger as well with the Fool energies and archetypes, because there is a little bit of that reckless novice energy here as well, that beginner energy. And while there is a great deal of enthusiasm, there still needs to be a bit of caution embodied, and a little bit of caution taken place. And I think the Knight of Swords would be an excellent energy to tag along for the ride on this new adventure and this new journey. As exciting as it may be, it definitely will require there to be a little bit more of a maturity and a little bit more of a conscious integration, if that makes sense. And a little bit more trust as well, a little bit more trust in your own abilities and your own capabilities to handle whatever may come. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading by getting you another card from our Moonology Oracle. So let's go ahead and take a look at what else wants to come through for you, what else you need to know. Okay. So let's see, we have the first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. This is definitely very nice energy. And I did also just notice here within the imagery of this card here of the Fool that there's this crystal, what appears to be maybe an amethyst. So maybe it may be potentially a good idea to maybe focus on some crystal work if that's something that you feel called to journey a little bit more deeply into. But just something to maybe take into consideration. And here we also have the first quarter moon in Sagittarius, and you may have astrological natal placements in the sign of Sagittarius, but just something to take into consideration, and just take this as it resonates with you. Whether you do or not, it doesn't really matter either way, but you may just really resonate with Sagittarius energy, or you may have someone in your life with those natal placements. So just some things to take into consideration. But first quarter moons, these are times of the energy beginning to really build and grow in its strength and its power. Things are really beginning to come into illumination and build in energetic momentum. And it's a time between the intention and the manifestation. So it's a time to really put the full gears into action, to really put that energy full force into what you're trying to create and manifest. And it's a time to really also kind of refine and reflect with the energies as well. Refine and strengthen the energies. And the sign of Sagittarius, this is really all about going for those big visions and really going for and exploring those big dreams, and also kind of exploring some of the more philosophical aspects of life as well. It's definitely very much related to philosophies and even spiritual and religious studies. But it's definitely very big picture oriented. It's a discoverer, it's a traveler, it's an very adventurous kind of spirit. So this card also asks you to believe in your own good luck, and I feel that this adventurous spirit is the Fool energy can. It also kind of gives me those Sagittarius vibes a little bit. It's the adventurer. It is the explorer archetype, and believing in your own good luck and believing in your magic and in your power. This will also help you along the way, I feel very much, and I feel that you are very much connected to the universe. You have that intuitive, even psychic ability to really connect with those hidden undercurrents and those higher vibrational frequencies. And this ability to tap into those undercurrents and those dimensions beyond, I feel that this is definitely going to greatly serve you and assist you on this new journey, on on this new adventure that I feel that you are at the precipice of. Maybe you haven't fully embarked on this journey just yet, and you maybe are at the point where you are preparing to do so, or maybe this is something that maybe it's not really necessarily a choice, but you feel that you've been kind of forced to be on this journey, and it's required you to really take some mature and responsible actions here, and to embody emotional maturity, and to also embody intellectual strength and maturity, and maybe a little bit of feistiness and sharpness as well. But I think that you definitely are headed in the right direction, and believing in your good luck and in your strength is only greatly going to serve you in the best possible kind of way. So I think it's important just to keep going, to keep moving forward, and to keep trusting in the process, and to keep trusting in yourself and your connection to the divine and to the universe. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude your reading by getting you a final card from our Cosmic Dancer Oracle. So let's go ahead and get you a final card here, a final message, and we will just see what else you need to know. Okay. So I have a card that just came out for you, and the card that we have is Collaborate. And this is very interesting. And I feel that perhaps this journey that you're on, it may not necessarily be a solo journey, and maybe it would be important for you in certain situations to maybe ask for help when you need it, and to maybe collaborate, and maybe get some other ideas from other people who want to help support you and uplift you on your journey. And like I was saying, to get the help that you need when you need it, and to also be there to support others when they when you have the energy and the capacity to do so, and to really come together and to create. I think it's important to kind of create this collective vision sometimes, and sometimes our minds can work even more greatly together when we have a common goal and a common vision connecting us and intertwining us, when we have that like-minded energy. It definitely kind of gives me a little bit of a Three of Cups vibe to maybe coming together to celebrate something, and to maybe work with feminine energies as well. But maybe just take that as it resonates with you. And also the number 38 may have special significance as well. But I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, Group 2. And I just wanted to say it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that as well by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose. And the card that we have is the King of Wands. And this is a very beautiful energy that we have to start your reading here, Group 3. And the King of Wands, it's associated with the element of fire, but it's very much related to having mastery over your passion and over your heart, really having that courage and that confidence and that drive to create and to manifest the life that you want, and to really take on a role of leadership as well in your life, and in all areas, but most so in the areas of passion and in the areas of your heart. And I feel that this masculine energy, it's a very healthy divine masculine energy, and I kind of feel this energy as maybe involving something related to the role of a father, maybe doing something to guide and to mentor, and to share your strength and your power in a healthy and productive way that uplifts and inspires others, and really protects and honors others as well. But obviously, take this as it resonates, and this could be embodied in many different ways. But I feel that it's very much related to having that courage, having that passion, and that boldness to carry your energy forward and to create the life that you want. And um, this energy of wands, it very much relates to the energy of artistic expression as well. Of, like I was saying, of that passion, of that fire, of that drive within your soul. It's something that I feel it very much relating to the solar plexus chakra. And this King of Wands energy, there's even this image of a lion in the background. I feel it being related to the energy of Leo very much as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting you a few more cards from our Light Seers Tarot, just to get a little bit more insight and information about this energy here. So let's go ahead and get you a few more cards. I'll give this a good shuffle, and we will see what wants to come out. Okay, so I have a few more cards for you, and the first card that we have is Justice. Very interesting, and I'll discuss that in just a second. But the next card that we have is the Ten of Cups, and I think this is very interesting. This is actually very nice energy, but this card of Justice, it's related to the astrological sign of Libra, and you may have natal placements in the sign of Libra, but whether you do or not, it's just something to take into consideration. But this card of Justice, it very often literally does mean justice. It could relate to something involving the law, maybe some kind of legal matter, or it could involve some kind of matter to do with karmic justice as well. But whatever that may be for you, it could definitely manifest very differently in a variety of different ways. But I feel that whatever this may be, this involves the scales balancing in some kind of way, and this doesn't necessarily have to be something negative. It could be that justice and karma are really balancing out and weighing in your favor. This is really what this really tells me is whatever you're putting out into the universe is coming back to you, and this is just a manifestation of that. And this could be for better or worse. And what I feel for you, I feel like this is something that's working out for in the best possible way. And especially because we have this King of Wands and this Ten of Cups energy, I feel like this is a manifestation of very positive karma, very positive energy. Whatever word you use to describe it, this is a reward from the universe, I feel. And I feel that the scales are being rebalanced, and that that you really are reaping what you sow in the best possible way. And even when something happens, when you feel like you've messed something up, when you've made a mistake, and then what appears to be a karmic result happens, and it feels negative, I think it's important to often remind ourselves that it really is not negative, and everything that happens to us can be used and alchemized as a powerful lesson and as powerful wisdom from the universe. Even when it doesn't feel positive or feel helpful in the moment, I think in hindsight, when we look back on these experiences, they end up benefiting us and helping us in the best possible way. And we can, in hindsight, we can see the bigger picture. So I think this is just something to maybe keep in your awareness. I feel that karma is being unleashed, and I know that might sound a little bit scary, but if you've been living your life in alignment with your truth and embodying the highest possible vibrations that you can in the moment, I feel that there's definitely nothing to worry about. And even if you feel like you've made some mistakes, I feel like there's nothing to worry about also, because I feel like that I feel like things are going to be balanced in the way that they need to be, and that the universe is going to take care of it, and that it's not something that we need to control or worry about. So I think it's important just to keep embodying that strength, just to keep embodying that divine masculine power, and to keep working on your passions, to keep living your place from a life, to keep living your life from a place of truth, um, truth, justice, wisdom, and strength, and courage and boldness as well. And we also have the energy here of the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups, this is really all about having those happy endings, having our dreams come true, and having that kind of emotional fulfillment that we have longed for. This is really all about having a happy family, a happy home life. And um, maybe after things have been a little bit difficult, or maybe very difficult for quite some time, I feel that this is really the rainbow after the hurricane. And we even have that imagery here of this rainbow as well, this bright, vibrant, colorful energy. And it's something so beautiful. And um, it's a true reflection of things really coming full circle. And really, this is an energy of karmic rewards as well. So how we have that, how we have that justice card as well. I think that this is a another manifestation of those karmic rewards. This is really a sign that things are going to be working out for you in the best possible way. And this is the energy of a happy family, of a happy home, and of those dreams really coming true, having that fulfillment, having that happiness, that joy, that love. So this is definitely a very beautiful way to begin this reading. And I'm going to go ahead and continue by getting you another card from our Moonology Oracle. We're just going to get you a little bit more information about what you need to know. So we'll go ahead and get you another card here, and we will just see what else wants to come through for you. So just give me a moment to give these a good shuffle. Okay. So the next card that we have is the last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. And I think this is also quite interesting. You may have astrological natal placements within the sign of Aries, but whether you do or not, just take that, and maybe just something to take into consideration. But the last quarter moons, these are times of release. This is a time of, it's also a time of embodying gratitude for what you have manifested during the previous part of the lunar cycle. But it's a time of really having gratitude and really allowing yourself to release that, and clear away that emptiness and that space for the next chapter, for that next new beginning, new initiation, that next intention. So it's allowing there to be that darkness. Maybe it's a time of sitting maybe a little bit uncomfortably in that darkness and that emptiness. But the sign of Aries, this is really all about a new beginning, a new chapter, and about taking that bold, inspired action to create the life that we want, and to take charge, and to take on that role of leadership as well. And this card asks you to work through those feelings, and whatever those feelings may be, whether they're positive or negative, I think sometimes we just have to breathe through it. And whatever comes up, whatever energies we're currently navigating and ebbing and flowing with, I think it's important just to take a deep breath and to remember that it's all temporary, that it's all part of the greater cycle, and that while we may be closing out a chapter, we are also stepping into a new beginning, into a new initiation. And sometimes these transition periods can be a bit difficult to navigate through, and bring up triggers and things that are unhealed within us, that we maybe have anxiety or trauma around. And it and how I was saying about these themes of justice as well, I think it's also important to remember how the scales of life are ultimately becoming rebalanced. And I think we also need to remember sometimes that, like I was saying, we we can't necessarily control the way that these energies are rebalanced. And ultimately we just have to surrender to that and trust the bigger picture, trust the greater cycle, and knowing that we're doing everything we can, knowing that you're doing everything you can, and embodying the energy of strength, courage, um, and leadership. And also, I think by embodying those energies, it's going to help you ultimately get to that point of that fulfillment and that happiness. And I think that the universe is ultimately rewarding you in the best possible way. And it's also rewarding you for working through maybe some more difficult emotions, more difficult energies. And I think ultimately those difficult energies are really just part of the ride. They're just part of the journey, and we all go through them. We all experience them. And I think I think when we can learn how to alchemize them, when we can learn how to alchemize the pain, even it it can only it can really help us transform our life in the most powerful and beneficial kind of way, and really help us connect to our own true power as well. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude your reading here by getting you a final card from our Cosmic Dancer Oracle. So I'm just going to go ahead and get you a final message, and we're just going to see what else you need to know, what other energies want to come through for you with this final card here. So just give me a moment. Sorry, just give me a moment to give these a shuffle, and we will see what wants to come out. Okay, so I have a card for you, and the final card that we have is Celebrate Growth and Breakthroughs. And I just love the beautiful imagery of this card here. I think it's an absolutely beautiful way to conclude your reading. And this number 7 here, the number 7 may have some special significance for you as well, but just something to take into consideration. But this card has this beautiful, radiant, glowing energy, and I feel that you've really come such a long way. And I think you really have worked through a lot of feelings. You have worked through a lot of difficulty, a lot of trauma, a lot of hardship. And I think this card is really asking you to just take a moment to give yourself a pat on the back, to treat yourself, and to know that you've worked so hard and you come such a long way, and you deserve to celebrate your success. And you deserve to celebrate your karmic rewards and your karmic manifestations, because it definitely hasn't been easy. And I think that you've had to maybe learn a lot of painful lessons to get to this point. But I think you really are, you are going through a massive breakthrough. And this is a massive win for you, I feel, and a massive success. Even if it doesn't necessarily feel like it right now, right here in this moment, I feel like you're so close to getting to this point. And even if you're not where you want to be just yet, I think it's important to acknowledge how far you've come, and the success that you've had along the way, no matter how small that may be. Even if it's just marking one thing off your to-do list, I think that's still something to celebrate yourself for, and to be proud of yourself for. Any little thing, the big thing, the big things and the small things that we do that we do to show up for ourselves in our lives every day, I think are things we're celebrating. And it helps reinforce and encourage that positive behavior in the long run as well. It helps, I think even, you can look at this from a spiritual and through a psychological lens, because ultimately it helps reinforce that positive behavior and those patterns and neural pathways in your brain. So showing up consistently, and also giving yourself those rewards for those positive behaviors are, I think that's ultimately going to help serve you and to help benefit you, and make the journey more gratifying and rewarding and fun along the way. Those celebrations and those milestone moments um, are truly worth really taking that moment to be fully present for, and to have that full gratitude for. Um, but yeah, I think this is definitely something to celebrate, definitely something to be proud of yourself for, and um, to keep dreaming big, and to, to keep going for your passion, and to live from the heart, to live from the soul, and to let that strength, that courage, and that passion radiate from the inside out. And I think that you're definitely headed in the right direction, and you have so much passion, so much potential, and you are definitely going to go so far. And um, I don't really even know what else to say about this. And these things can be a bit difficult to articulate sometimes also, but I know that you're definitely on the right track, and you have so much to give, and you have such a bright light to shine within this life and within this universe. And I feel that your soul is very special and very radiant, and I think you should keep following those passions, keep following that vision, and really harnessing that energy, and alchemizing it for your benefit and for the benefit of the world, because you have that power, and you have that. um, I feel that you have that spiritual essence within you. I feel it very strongly, and I think you're on you. If you're not at that point of a breakthrough yet, you are definitely very, very close to that breakthrough. And even if you're not there yet, I think it's important to celebrate your accomplishments. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, Group 3. It's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much.